the nation watches this, you cannot miss the fact that people are willing to physically put their hands on immigration, custom, and enforcement agents.
Okay, this keeps happening. We have more protesters clashing with local law enforcement at the Broadview ICE facility just outside of Chicago. But here's the thing, we already predicted this would happen on my YouTube channel, considering a judge has actually said the inside of the Broadview ICE facility is considered inhumane. So of course, if a judge is saying the inside of the facility is inhumane and needs to be cleaned up, of course protesters are going to show up.
Well, new at 9, the city of Aurora passing an ordinance today which bans federal agents from arresting immigrants on city property without a warrant.
And we're definitely going to talk about that. We have a city who's telling federal agents what they can do and not do based off of their city ordinance. So we have a lot to cover. Now, before we start the video, make sure to please like the video. It's the #1 way you guys are helping this channel, and it also helps others see the videos as well. And I think people want to see what is going on in Chicago and get the full story, not just one side. So make sure to get the video out. Okay, so if you can't understand what they're saying in the background, they are saying, I believe that we will win. But I think you'll find this interesting. CBS was on the ground trying to report what they saw, and a protester overheard what they were saying, and they started to call out the reporter, and the reporter had to go off air. Check this out.
And happy, a group out here just trying to show some love. I can read a sign from here that says God demands freedom. A lot of people around here have signs that have biblical verses on them, but there are also some signs here that we cannot show on TV because they have curse words that are pointed.
I didn't see any like that.
I saw a few.
Who are you working for, Fox?
I'm actually live on.
So if you couldn't hear, the guy was like, are you with Fox News? But I also want to point out, the second she started to veer away from the biblical references and how some of the signs are great, and then some of the signs have curse words, that's when the person got upset. That's just an observation I had.
The air right now. No,
are you really?
I'm not.
Why are you lying to them?
I'm not lying, sir. Please, I saw some signs.
We're going to make sure that Lauren is okay.
But there are several.
Do you know how many religious leaders are out there?
So that person got mad. The CBS News reporter was just reporting what she saw. But I also want to show you guys, it got rather physical. And remember, this is supposed to be a religious protest. That was one of the headlines regarding this protest, that religious leaders were there and this was going to be peaceful. I also want to point out the reason why the sheriffs are pushing back the protesters, it's not because they want to, but the sheriffs have to defend the no protesting zone. Where they're standing right now is considered a no protesting zone because the city of Broadview had no choice but to create these protesting zones because there were so many clashes they had to create these zones. That's why the sheriffs are pushing back. And speaking of pushback, check this out.
Well, new at 9, the city of Aurora passing an ordinance today which bans federal agents from arresting immigrants on city property without a warrant.
The mayor says more than 40% of Aurora identifies as Latino. He says the impacts of immigration enforcement have been felt on all corners of this city.
Okay, so I think you know where this is going. Federal agents do not have to follow a city ordinance, considering federal agents have supremacy clauses. But I also want to point out the entire state of Illinois is a sanctuary state, yet you have the city creating another sanctuary policy in which federal agents don't have to follow, nor do they have to follow the sanctuary policies.
11 yes, 0 no.
Tonight, the city of Aurora is sending a message.
Motion carries. This ordinance is adopted.
The city council has passed an ordinance restricting the use of city of Aurora property for civil immigration enforcement activities. This follows in the footsteps of Chicago and other communities. The mayor says there's been multiple reports that have left him concerned.
They're no longer using a process with judicial warrants. They're simply snatching people off the streets, racial profiling, and even picking up U.S. citizens. They've had at least 5 U.S. citizens that I'm personally aware of.
Hey, real quick, if you haven't already, make sure to please subscribe to my channel so I can keep you up to date with stories just like this. And if you see the QR code, that's if you're watching TV. Pull out your cell phone, scan the QR code. It's a lot easier for you guys to subscribe to my channel that way. Thank you so much. So even though this policy passed, we still have a video coming out of Aurora where somebody is being arrested on city property. Check this out.
Hey, what are you guys doing?
Can we see the warrant, please? Where is the attorney? Can we see the warrant? Where is the attorney? Can we see the warrant?
Hey.
You're not supposed to make arrests on courthouse property.
So I hope you caught that. You're not supposed to be making arrest on courthouse property. Yet again, another order in which federal agents don't have to follow, yet we have citizens in this city and the entire state of Illinois who are referencing policies and court orders where federal agents don't have to follow the court orders.
Cook County Circuit Chief Judge Timothy Evans is barring civil arrests of people when they are at county courts. Evans said in a statement, quote, "Access to justice depends on every individual's ability to appear in court without fear or obstruction. Our courthouses remain places where all people, regardless of their background or circumstance, should be able to safely and confidently participate in the judicial process."
But there's one crucial detail we left out in that video or news report. That is a state-level order, which, once again, has no binding power over federal agents as far as having this authority to tell an agent what to do or not do on state grounds.
He says the ordinance is a step in the right direction.
This gives us a little more power to go interact with ICE and to ask them to leave, and then also to create the paper trail necessary through the legal process later.
So again, this is exactly what it is. I mean, he's being very honest. This is simply for the paper trail. This is simply to fight in court. We keep seeing this over and over again in the Chicago area specifically. This seems to be really exclusive for Chicago, Los Angeles, and the major sanctuary jurisdictions. Now, sticking with the theme of Aurora, Illinois, here's a clip that just came out of there. But listen to the dialogue. You'll hear the, "Where's the warrant? Where's the warrant?" And you're probably going to be hearing a lot of that with all of the new clips coming out of this area of Chicago. This is because we are in the middle of a trial where lawyers are arguing that Homeland Security, they have broken their own agreement that they need warrants in order to pull over or go after illegal immigrants. So listen to the dialogue.
She has no warrant. Leave her alone. She has no lawyer present. Leave her alone.
Do you even know her name? You don't. Leave her alone. She has rights. She has rights. She doesn't have to talk to you. No les diga nada. No les diga nada. No sabe nada. Where's your warrant? Where's your warrant?
Now, the reason why we're going to keep hearing "where's the warrant, where's the warrant" in a lot of these videos that we're seeing coming out of Chicago is because right now we are again in the middle of this court case to figure out if Homeland Security is breaking their own judicial order in which they signed, where they said, hey, if we're going to come after you, you have to have a warrant and you have to have probable cause. So that's a really big case right now in Chicago, but do pay attention to a lot of the videos you're seeing. A lot of these videos are going to have people saying, "Where's your warrant? Where's your warrant?" a lot more.
Where's your warrant?
This is literally illegal. You can't just go around kidnapping people. And you're covering your face because you're a bitch. No.
Hold on.
No, I don't care. Take me.
Where's your signed warrant?
Where's your warrant? Where's your warrant? Where's your warrant? Where's your warrant? Where's your warrant? Don't take her. Don't fucking take her.
And I think you guys know this, but a federal judge in the Chicago area has said, look, we might release over 600 plus illegal immigrants because federal agents did not have the proper warrant or the proper probable cause to arrest people. So I'm just trying to let you know you're going to be hearing a lot of "where's the warrant?" because if you can prove there was no warrant, it turns out a federal judge might release you.
Where's your warrant? It is required. Where's your warrant?
Hey,
Where's don't fucking touch me, bitch. You're not even a cop. Señora, ¿cómo se llama para contactar a su familia? ¿Cómo se llama? Para contactar a Leticia? Yo te digo.
say that again.
Leticia Servino.
I'll get her date of birth too.
No, don't. Don't touch me.
I won't touch
Don't
you.
touch me.
Stay away.
Bitch, I'll sue you. You have no right. No. You can't take her. You can't take. Don't touch me. What the fuck are you? Little
Where's your
pussy.
warrant?
You little small dick bootlicker ass bitch.
Dígame su nombre.
Su nombre, señora. Su nombre. You're a bitch.
Hey,
Leticia Servil. Leticia Servil. I have
What's
her
your
name.
number? Su nombre, su número.
Ya, tiene sus cosas. Aparte de ser pinches, también son rateros. This is the license plate.
And there you go, like we always see in these videos, here's the license plate. Like I always ask, why do they want the license plates? What are they doing with the license plates? Again, another observation we see here. And look, even if you hate Homeland Security and you hate what they're doing, the point of these videos is to bring everyone together and figure out how can we have more peaceful dialogue or more peaceful interactions. But these are the raw clips. This is what these interactions often look like in the Chicago area, especially in Aurora, Illinois. A lot of clips come out of that area of Illinois. And here's another clip coming out of Illinois. Again, listen for that warrant. I'm telling you, like we called out just a few weeks ago, we're probably going to start hearing a lot more whistles. That happened, and now I guarantee we're going to start hearing a lot of, where's the warrant, where's the warrant? And the reason why this is so applicable to this story is it goes to show judicial orders have a massive impact with the raw footage and how people interact within Illinois and the Chicago area. Check this out.
ACE agents are entering the car. Do you have a judicial warrant?
Right off the bat, I told you guys.
Where's your warrant? I'm asking you for a warrant. Where is your warrant? What is your name? You're not giving me your name. What is your badge number? You're refusing to give me your badge number. Where's your... You need a judicial warrant. You need a judicial warrant. You're refusing to give me your warrant.
Stay back.
We're staying back.
Just don't get close, okay?
We are staying back. Where is your warrant? You must have a warrant. You're required to give us your name. You're refusing to give us your name.
We need to see a warrant.
Where is a warrant?
What's your badge number? You're refusing to give a badge number. You're refusing to give a badge number.
9865.
What's your name? Where's your warrant? What is your name? Why won't you give us your name?
This is where we get into the clash of policies. You have a judicial order in which Homeland Security did sign that says you need a warrant and you need some certain provisions before you conduct these arrests. Now that's being exploited by protesters or vigilantes who are watching this. But there's another big issue because Border Patrol has a broader jurisdiction and they can operate a certain way when it comes to working in Chicago. So there's going to be a major court battle here, which I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to the Supreme Court, that you have a local jurisdiction of a judge who's telling federal agents what they can do, but as far as the broader scope of what federal agents can do, that small jurisdiction doesn't affect how they operate. This is why we are getting into these clashes in the court system because of videos like this and calling out agents and saying they don't have a warrant, they don't have the probable cause, things like that.
Some residents view the ordinance as political theater.
This ordinance is not going to change anything that our police can or cannot do.
Others say it will speak volumes.
I think you need to start somewhere. Is this going to make a drastic change overnight? Are people going to feel safe overnight? No, and they shouldn't. But had this not passed today, I think that would set a completely different tone on the city of Aurora's stand.
I mean, let's be honest here. We are starting to see the cracks of sanctuary cities. We are starting to see residents come out and say, look, you guys are wasting your time. What's a real solution? We see this all the time. We saw it with the mask ban in California. That was a state-level jurisdiction information, but was sold as, hey, the ICE agents cannot wear their masks, but really only the police officers cannot wear their masks now. And again, you heard that guy say, this is not going to solve anything, this is not going to do anything. We hardly ever heard the opposition of sanctuary cities up until we started to see the exploitation of these policies, where these policies don't have any federal binding on federal agents because these are state level policies. So I don't know what's going to happen moving forward if sanctuary cities are going to try to be more sanctuary, but what we do know as of right now, these policies don't mean a thing to the Trump administration or federal agents, and we're starting to see some residents get really annoyed at the fact that these policies, we're even wasting our time talking about it because police officers can't do anything about it. Nobody can do anything about it. It's up to the federal agents whether or not they want to operate in your city and what they want to do legally. And by the way, I did forget to shout out Kim Katie USA on X. She has a lot of clips that we use and source on my channel in order to conduct our investigations. So go say hi to Katie, go give her a follow. She has a lot of good content on her page.
So what are you allowed to do legally? Because it seems like with every step, and we just showed a clip from the border chief who's leading Operation Midway Blitz in Chicago, Greg Bovino, and he's faced some legality against him trying to defend himself and other ICE agents in an altercation a few weeks ago. And so what is the ground that you stand on now that says we'll hold it?
Yep.
Harris, I think the big thing is that we keep doing our mission. We keep going out there every day, right? We're not going to be stopped by these anarchists, pretty much, right? These violent protesters that are protesting a law enforcement mission. And at the same time, the men and women of ICE, men and women of Border Patrol, our other federal partners, they're going to defend themselves. We're running into a deadly force situation now. Someone's ramming a vehicle into a car. Someone's taking shots at officers. That's something no law enforcement officer wants to have to deal with.
Now, Todd Lyons, the director of ICE, obviously did not give a full answer. I mean, that would be a 30-minute segment, but I will say this. I'm trying to be fair in my reporting. I do think Homeland Security does have a really big headache, considering they did sign this local ordinance in which they do have to have a warrant and other provisions in order to arrest illegal immigrants, which again is going to be challenged in the court, because times are different. I mean, we are now in a moment of time where the Trump administration is utilizing Border Patrol, who has broader jurisdiction, and they're able to do a lot more things than people realize, and that is working alongside with ICE, who tend to do more targeted operations. So again, I do think this is all going to be fought in the court, but for the time being, it doesn't look like the Trump administration is going to change anything. I think they're just going to continue to do what they do, and if a local judge wants to release illegal immigrants, it doesn't matter because they're still going to be deported either way. So we'll see what happens in Chicago. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's just another day in the area of Chicago where we keep seeing more clashes, more pushback from lawmakers, from protesters, from event coordinators. This keeps happening, and of course, we will keep reporting on it. But one thing I will say is I always try to be as fair as possible. I always try to bring all sides together, and I really do always try to advocate for peace. So let's make sure we pray for peace. We do need that right now. Thank you guys so much for everything. God bless, and we'll see you all later.